Guys, I'm getting absolutely blown away right now. This is Melbourne.
Hey, my man.
So as I was saying before, I got absolutely blown away and we lost all the audio from the first clip. Yes, it's Melbourne, typical Melbourne. You don't know what to expect. But what you absolutely can expect is this is episode 1 of our treatment series where we go all around Australia and interview clients and our friends, and we're discussing all things allied health and business. And today I had the absolute pleasure to connect with Rulan aka the Combat Physio Guy, who is a leading physiotherapist, a top tier mentor for many clinicians, and an online educator who's making absolute waves in the allied health industry. We're looking forward to kicking off this series with an absolute bang and digging deep with Rulan. I hope you guys get a tremendous amount of value out of this video. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, mother on the beat. Oh,
Is this audio working good? Do you know? And does Rulan have a microphone?
yeah.
Click on it real quick.
Hello, me you're looking for. All right, let's have a
All right.
ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Ah, beautiful. So, Rulan, obviously you work with heaps of like clinicians at all levels of experience.
Yep.
But for clinicians that are thinking about, they're going from working for somebody and then thinking about transitioning to starting their own clinic and taking the business route, what do you think they need to consider before transitioning?
I think that people need to consider if they can handle the lack of cash flow at the start, and that would then require you to question: do you have a job that you're happy to continue to do while you're starting up your business, or are you in a position where you've got extraordinary sales and marketing ability to be able to very quickly start generating cash flow from the new business venture? A lot of people love the idea, they romanticize the idea of starting a new business, and then they realize, oh crap, this is a lot harder than I thought. No one's rebooking, this person's not paying my price, cash flow is a problem, and now they can't pay their rent. And then people then tend to give up after a few months. And a lot of people then realize that they need a little bit of help, so they start investing in or inquiring some kind of mentoring. But a lot of people then realize, oh, well, this also costs money for me to do. So I think that people need to be very honest about whether they are happy to stick out the growing pains of starting a new business. And I think people should be very clever as to making sure that they've got some cash flow in the background to support that initial building phase of a business.
No, that makes sense. I've got a couple of questions on this, but
Yeah.
first of all, if we're talking about them transitioning, what's the optimal amount of patients that you think they should be seeing before transitioning and moving over to starting their own business?
That's a great question, and it's obviously dependent on your prices, it's dependent on your monthly expenses, and therefore your revenue targets. So,
But what's like a good ballpark figure to work towards?
Yeah,
So let's say the average consult is
Yeah.
$110 per session.
Yeah.
How many patients would they need to be seeing on a week-to-week or monthly basis for the numbers to add up and be feasible to run their own business?
I would say if you're comfortably seeing at least 20 to 25 clients a week that are coming for you, speaking well of you and referring, the main thing is that if you've got 25 clients who continue to come back and see you, then I think that's a pretty fair ballpark figure, man.
What typically would that revenue look like?
I would say on a monthly basis, that might look like anywhere between 9 to 12 grand a month. If you're charging anywhere between 100 to 120 bucks per consult. So if you can see enough clients to be hitting somewhere around $10,000 a month, you can do that on your own. Even less than that, if you're really crafty with how you can scale your business and you're good, then absolutely, that would be a great indication that you're probably ready to go on your own from a revenue generating perspective.
Working with the allied health professionals that we do, I find that outside of running paid ads, which to be fair, very few allied health businesses actually do. But what I find is that the number one way that a lot of allied health professionals are actually filling their books is through word of mouth referrals. Outside of word of mouth referrals, what other methods can be used to actually fill books?
I think that there's nothing like old school networking. So I think there is absolutely nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with going to your local gym, like your F45s, your Body Fits, your Anytime Fitnesses, and just showing face, whether that be once a month, once a fortnight, and offering free consults. The more volume that you do in sales, so the more volume in terms of more reach outs you do, the more volume around free visits to gyms, the more that you do, the luckier you're going to get. It's more likely that you're going to close more people from those free consults if you see more free consults. But the problem is that a lot of practitioners, young practitioners, just lack the ability to endure delayed gratification. So if you can expect and you can trust that what you're doing is working, then just go out there and just do more. Do more reach outs. A simple way to do that, go to your local gym, put your hand up, get your treatment table, offer free consults. The more free consults you give out, the more people will trust you. Even if you had 10 free consults, at least 2 of them are going to stick. And then what will happen each month, if you're seeing another 2 to 4 new clients every single month, by the end of that 6-month period, you've got another 15 clients is what you have, just from doing something like that. And we're not even mentioning the word of mouth referrals that are coming from those new clients as well. So each person might mean another person. So it might be 30 new people. And each of those people as well, with 30 new clients, that's 30 new Google reviews. That's 30 new Instagram stories. So I think that if people just did a little bit more, and that was just to show more face, give out more free value, rather than paying ads or paying for paid ads or running paid ads, just give out some of your time, because you're not losing any money by giving out free time. So that would be my biggest advice. Just do more.
From your experience, what would be the best 2 ways that smaller clinics can leverage through investing more capital into growing their patient list?
Number one thing would be, if you don't have a sales or marketing background, then you have no idea about what type of content that you should be producing, which means you should probably invest in a marketing agency to some capacity. You should have someone who can help you identify what your brand is, establish who you are as a personal brand, as a business, and help you understand what type of content you need to produce based on understanding how you're going to grow your account and how your audience matures. Because at the start, you need more eyeballs on you. After you have those eyeballs on you, those eyeballs then they start to get to know you, they start to mature, which means you have to then give them a reason to stay on your page. And you need to make sure that those eyeballs are converting into sales. That sounds a lot easier than it actually is. Therefore, I highly recommend someone get on a marketing agency, at least at the start of your journey. Now you've got some capital, you have to reinvest it back into your business for you to go to that next level. Otherwise, you will bottleneck. You'll just be capped at where you are. That's number one. Number 2, I would then invest in and this is dependent on your goals and where you want to go, but I'd invest in one of the 2 things. Look, your marketing agency might be so great that they are more of almost like your business mentors in some way. So it's not like you necessarily need another business mentor, each to their own. But I would say do something invest in something that will free up more of your time towards treating and your meetings with your marketing guys and making content. You know what that would be? A receptionist, an admin person. Get on an administrative person, because when you get too busy, you're actually then going to lose control of your leads, all of your clients, because you're now trying to be the receptionist, the salesperson, the marketing person, and the clinician. And at some point, you start to lose control. So 2 very simple things: get a marketing team and invest in an administrative person, whether that be in a receptionist that's present in the clinic or someone that's doing things online for you.
Absolutely, I agree. This is allied health businesses, but this is also all businesses in general, right?
Yeah.
And that is being spreading yourself too thin. What I mean by that is, like you just said, you're doing all the administration, all the marketing, all the building the business side of things, where you still need to find that beautiful balance of actually fulfilling your offer as well, which is actually treating people. So if you're scaling, you're getting all these new people through the door, but then you're not able to offer an amazing treatment, then it sort of all backfires and crumbles, right?
Exactly.
Because you're not able to fulfill anymore. You're not going to have patients coming back. And then you're just going to constantly be chasing your tail.
Exactly.
Oh, that pressure's good.
This is really tight, by the way, on this side.
Yeah, I've been told my upper back's very tight.
You're on the left side in particular.
Yeah.
Stiff, man.
What's my posture like? Like, it hasn't been it's never been the best.
Tell you
Like
what
my
it is,
alignment.
man. You've got something called charismatitis, right? From all that charisma you have, bro, you were just overloading the left side of your spine, bro. So what's happening is that there's charisma overload on the left side, bro. So now you've got charisma tonicity.
Yeah.
So like hypertonic muscles.
Yeah.
So you need to see me 5 times a week for the next 6 months. That's also my biggest advice to new clinic owners, guys. You guys you got to be a business person first before being a clinician. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyway, sorry, bro.
No, that's good. That's good. But yeah, that's a thing. So, but at the same time, like we all need to find the right balance between when that right time is to make to take that next step.
Yeah.
When I jump on, calls with allied health professionals, I find that a lot of them aren't necessarily seeing it as an investment to take that next step. Like you would see mentoring as an investment to take that next step in your clinical practice.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I want to know your opinion as well, but I see that it needs to be seen as an investment. Like what is $5,000 to then take your clinic as a one-off to then take your clinic to, 10, 20, 30,000 consistently a month.
Absolutely.
So just putting it in perspective.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this is the conversation I have with those who the new grads who want to start their own business. Look, if you are business savvy and your clinical skills are beyond what they're expected to be in your first year and you're a fast learner, cool, go out on your own. But you have to be willing to invest in the professional development to ensure you continue growing and not stagnating, because you'll have that initial gratification of, oh, I'm making my own money, I'm making 100% of this, but what's going to happen when a couple of things happen? Number one, you are confronted with a complex case, don't know how to solve it. You can't fix the client goes away, tells other people you couldn't fix them, and now you're that silly new grad who couldn't fix the problem, who thought they knew a lot more than what they did. Number two, if you don't know how to scale your business, there's nothing wrong with investing in a mentor of some sort, whether it be a marketing team that can help scale your business and give you all of the keys that you need to get busier books, or if you invest in both. Like for me, I personally have, I have a marketing team and I have a business mentor as well, and I'm spending a lot of money on both, but I know I will get it back and I'll make it 10x, 20x, 30x. But a lot of people are too scared to do that. So if you want to run your own business, you're not really acting like a business owner if you can't take those risks. What you really are is not entrepreneurial, I'm sorry, but you're just self-employed. What you're really doing is you're doing the exact same job you were doing before, but the only difference is that you're just making all of it. But there's nothing entrepreneurial about investing in a few $1,000s, $10,000, knowing that you will make that money back. That's where new grads have to, or any new clinic owner has to remind themselves, and that's that, why are you running the business in the first place? Do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? How far do you want to take it? And you have to be consistently evolving and getting better. Otherwise, someone is going to surpass you. Someone's going to come and see you. You're not going to fix them. And they're going to go to your competitor. And then it's going to be, hey, I went to this person and they couldn't fix me. That's the last thing any clinician wants to hear. And that's that they couldn't help you and they had to go see someone else, especially if it's a competitor. So it's all part of the journey of becoming a successful business owner.
On that last point, in the world of clinicians, right?
Yeah.
A competitor is technically another therapist that performs the same treatment as you in the same local area.
Sure.
Now, how do you see social media evolving in the allied health profession?
I'll tell you. I'm going to give you a great answer for this because I've been able to study this across multiple parts of the world, in the Middle East and in Australia. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what. In Australia, we're all clinically not too far apart from each other. We're all pretty good. We're all graduated from similar places. We've all got similar access to mentors and resources. Most people here can do the same manual therapy, can do the same rehab, can do the same tests required to arrive to an accurate diagnosis. However, in Australia, what separates you from everyone else is, are you willing to outspend your competitors? A lot of people here don't like spending money. People here like to play it safe. No, I'm good for now. Thank you very much. I'm fine. I'll go to Bali for a week, look like I'm doing a lot better than what I am. I'll come back and I'll be booked out for the next 4 weeks, save up again, go back to Bali and look like I'm an entrepreneur. That's what it's like here. Not with everyone. I've got some hugely successful colleagues and people I look up to and people who are really trying to make it work. But in Australia, if you can outspend your competitors by investing in things like marketing to create a lens on your skills, let the whole world see what you're made of and why you're the best, you will easily outdo your competitors because now more people know about you, but no one wants to spend the money for them to stand out. So no one's gonna know or care about your skills if they don't even know about it to begin with.
Absolutely.
Then you look on the other side of the world in the Middle East, especially in the GCC area, a beautiful area to do business and people have a lot of money to spend. However, because it's still such a young region, there are still many practitioners who still don't have the same skills as the practitioners that studied in the West. So an easy way to stand out in a place like the Middle East would just be being good. But you need to show people again that you're good. How do you do that? You need social proof. What does that all mean? We come back to the same conclusion, and that's that people just need to be willing to spend a little bit of money. And that's what it comes down to. And obviously people need a guarantee that it's going to work. The guarantee will be as soon as people start sharing your videos back to you over DM and going, wow, I need this done. How much is this? Oh, wow, my friend saw you on Instagram, went and saw you from that post. They said you were great. I want to come and see you. That's when people start to realize it's starting to pay off. When, if you're paying, for example, I know we're talking about numbers here, but this is a business related conversation. If you're spending $3,000 or $4,000 a month, all that is another maybe 5 or 6 treatments a week. And you can get that 5 to 6 new clients a week if you've got good marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I talk about this all the time, but allied health is one of those industries where your business is locked in to a specific location. You know, a lot of the clients that we work with, we run marketing and targeted ads to, 20, 30 kilometer radius maximum, right? With knowing that, you need to be as competitive as possible. You need to get as many eyes as possible on your business in that area. That's the aim of the game. Absolutely, you need to be able to provide an amazing service. That's number one, right? Like every clinician needs to nail their fulfillment first. But number two, as you're saying, it's all about how am I getting these eyeballs on me? You've got a good social media. Is that a needle?
Yes.
Oh, I'm always scared of needles. All the videos that we've been into, it's like, oh, needles.
You're doing well, man. We're needing the supraspinatus muscle, rotator cuff muscle.
But yeah, if, like you were saying, if people are seeing you on social media, opposed to your competitors, which are other clinicians that provide the exact same services you do in your local area, you're going to win. Your books are going to fill up fast. So obviously, we build up businesses' social media, get their branding really good, showcase their treatment and everything like that. The next step is actually driving traffic to those pages outside of organic content, right?
Absolutely.
We're seeing a minimum of a 5x ROI on the campaigns that we're running for these businesses.
Wow.
And I think a lot of it comes down to other clinicians in that local area, as I'm saying, aren't leveraging marketing to the extent that they could be. So
yes, I agree with that. A lot of people are scared to spend money. I understand, but marketing is everything. Even in healthcare, you don't want to be a salesperson as a clinician. As much as I enjoy sales, I don't like the process of handling objections. I don't like to go too far with handling objections with people and using sales tactics because I am a clinician and at the end of the day, my job is to heal you and help you. And it doesn't feel good having to rely on, let's just call them, meticulous sales tactics, for me to close people. I'd rather just have a really strong marketing system or a funnel that works so well that even if I don't close them, it's fine. I've got so many more eyeballs on me and my brand is so valuable because of the runs on the board I have, because of the social proof I have, that I am irrefutable as a business owner. And in healthcare, it's so important because let's be honest, man. Like most clinicians, they're not salespeople. I don't want to if I'm a clinician, I didn't sign up to private practice to be a salesperson. So that's where I think marketing is hugely important, and clinicians have to make a choice. Do you want to be? Ooh, nice twitches there, man.
Needles, man.
Wait till I do traps.
Nah.
Deep slow breaths, bro. There you go.
Needles are fun. But yeah, you're pretty vocal on socials, right? Like you're very out there. You're a leader in your space, which is amazing. You've tested lots of different formats of content, but educational, controversial versus more clinical style content.
Yep.
Which have you found to be better fitting for your business?
Nice twitches here, man. Well, I would have to say that my best style of the content that's worked best for me, I would have to say would be short form controversial content. People feel like I'm calling them out, and what people love about it is that, oh, this guy's saying exactly what I think, but I'm too scared to say it. And someone the other day, I did a video about, oh, $300, oh, that's so expensive. I don't know, I'm a bit financially, bit hard for me right now.
Yep.
Do you have private health? Look, I'll let you know when I can book in next. And it's like, man, $200 is not that much if you see the value in the treatment.
Yeah.
Right? And then what happens is that practitioners are then scared to charge that much. They just kind of give in to the consumer. But you have to be, one of my favorite terms, it's a street term, staunch. You got to be staunch as a practitioner. You got to be like, well, I charge this because I can confidently charge that. There's a reason why I charge that, and running a business is more expensive than what people think. My time is valuable, and you have to accept that it's okay to run into more no's and yeses, and that you're not for everyone. For me, I find when you just vocalize why it's controversial, because a lot of people just are too afraid to offend people by saying it. And I'm not even saying anything derogatory or anything that's harmful. I'm just saying what people think. And that's why people love it, because they feel like I'm like the voice for the voiceless in some ways. I ran into an influencer the other day who said to me, bro, I love your content. I feel like you're calling us influencers out. You know what, man? I'd love to come see you, but I promise I'll pay you when I come and see you. I swear that's what he said. I said, bro, I didn't even expect you to ask for free stuff, but of course you'll pay. I swear that's what happened, man. It's so funny, man. So to answer your question, in short, definitely short form controversial content slaps, man.
Yeah. Obviously, you're a leader in the space in such a short amount of time in the grand scheme of things, right? How have you been able to connect with such mature leaders in the allied health industry so early on in your career?
It's just because I am not scared. I'm fearless, man. That's one thing I'll like. I don't say it in like an arrogant way, like I'm fearless and I fear no one, but I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to be myself, and I also respect them, and I'm always a student around these people. So because I'm always a student, but I also show my mentors, these guys who've been in the game for a very long time, that although I'm a student in the game, in some ways I'm showing them that that they can essentially see a lot of themselves in me. They like that I'm honest in a time where not many people are honest. I'm hardworking, and I think that's where a lot of these older guys who've been in the game, you know, for example, shout out big bro Andrew Locke, you know, been in the game for the last 30, 40 years. I'm able to connect with him and run a course with him in Dubai. And
recently did some content with him, right?
Yeah, we did some content together. Yeah, and to be able to hold a conversation with someone like that, has been reassuring in that what I've been doing so far has been working. So I think that showing these people that you have courage to speak your mind, be yourself, be authentic, don't be like everyone else who's trying to be someone they're not, especially when we're talking about skills. They try to act more experienced than what they are. They try to act more experienced than what they are, and appear to be more valuable than what they are in terms of from a price point perspective, and showcase a lifestyle that they actually don't live. They just want to show, or they want to look the part more than be the part. These older heads, as per se, these guys have been in the game for a while, the OGs, they can see right through this sort of stuff. I think that's what I pride myself on, man, and that's my authenticity and my ambition. And I work hard, and I think that's why me and these like leaders who've been in the game for a long time get along so well, and we can connect at the rate that we have.
Absolutely, man. You're real, you're authentic, and you've got an abundance of results to back that, you know?
Thank you, my man. I appreciate it, bro.
I've got quite a few memories that come to mind, but what's the number one success story memory that you have working with Metaflx?
Ooh, all right. There's one number that comes to mind.
Yeah.
And that was 12K in one day. when I woke up one morning after we started selling the course, knowing that all of that hard work with our VSL material, the filming of the course, the editing, the back and forth, all the after hours,
all the content and the build up for it as well,
That's
man.
what I mean.
You put in so much work.
Then finally, opening up my phone, I'm like, I stayed up so late because I was so amped. I slept in, man. I slept until like maybe 11 a.m. or something.
Having like 10 missed calls from me.
Bro, yeah, absolutely, man. And looking at my Stripe, it's like over $12,000. I'm like, what? I can make what I can do, and I'm open about numbers. I know that some people are a bit like, oh, you shouldn't talk about numbers, but it's a business. It's to give insight as to what the power of marketing can do for scaling a business in such a short time.
Numbers are the scoreboard, bro.
They're the scoreboard. It is what it is. It's just that's the scoreboard. So for example, if you're doing 12 grand in one night, that's what I would do in maybe 2 weeks in a clinic. You know, places like Dubai, you might be able to do more than that because the market allows you to charge more. You know, that's a different topic altogether. But you're basically doing for what would be a month of work for people in one night, online without touching anyone. Then by that point, I'm like, okay, so this is what true entrepreneurship feels like. Knowing that I made money while I was asleep. So that for me would have to be one of my favorite moments with you guys, with Metaflx. And I think like you guys giving me the scripts was hilarious at times, where there was some times where I'm like, I can't say this one. Because obviously you get to know each other, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's hyper controversial stuff. And I'm like, okay, maybe, you know what? No, I will say that. And then I go and I say it and it turns out great.
Yeah.
You know, or when you guys give me a script, I'm like, man, this is just genius, you know, and I started learning. So it was a big learning process for me from you guys, where you guys would, you know, I learned so much about marketing, the idea about, you know, what a funnel is, and the idea of the notion of like a client acquisition pipeline and all these cool things as a business owner. You'd only learn that stuff through an MBA.
Yeah.
You know, you're learning, it's like a business degree, whilst it's like I'm paying for not only marketing, but a business degree at the same time. So yeah, man, I'd have to say that those are probably my most, and the skits that we'd have to do. The skits were so fun. So me and my sister, shout out Lulu. Shout out Lulu. You know, she was with me the whole way through, taking days off on Sundays, beautiful weather, coming in with me to the clinic on a Sunday, filming for like 6 hours, bro. Yeah. I miss a bit of that, you know, and yeah, we block out every week, 2-3 hours a week, or a fortnight, I think it was. And we'd film every week. Every week. At one point, we got more organized. We're doing it every fortnight, but every week we would block out, do content with you guys for you guys to edit. So, yeah, man, I'd have to say above all of that was 12K in one night.
Love it. So, Rulan, Mr. Rulan, what are the next steps for you?
My next step right now is for me to consolidate on my current allied health business. I've done that by introducing an appropriate price increase for my business to further scale my time. Number 2, I'll be introducing some memberships that will act as a VIP program for those who have been there with me from the start, and people moving forward, of course. And to also continue to scale my online education platform, which will be the Prestige Clinical Education platform. Yeah, it's all very exciting, man. So those are the 2 main things: consolidate on my current allied health business, and to build the online platform that you and I, we both started together, man. And this dates back to our conversation when I came back from Europe last year. I was like, bro, I'm thinking of starting some kind of a subscription or a platform. And you're like, bro, why don't you just do a big F-off course? You know, you just throw the kitchen sink at it. From that conversation, man, we're now in this position to talk about scaling that platform, you know, to the next level.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, guys, we are at the end of the episode. If you made it this far, I'm sure you got an immense amount of value out of this episode and related to the content. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us directly on our social media platforms. And if you would like to discover how Metaflx can help your business, click the link in the description of the video and select the date that fits your schedule best. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.